everybody, it's me, the Nutty Professor. I'm back. I'm actually in a Sunset Grill. And I just had the post-op dental checkup, and everything was fine. It took 5 minutes. He looked inside the mouth, and he said it's healing nicely. There's no signs of infection. The only problem was there is a little piece of food stuck in one of the gaps, and I've been careful not to actually brush over the missing spaces, because there were recent extractions, and there was stitches which have dissolved. But still, I've been trying not to brush right on those spots, and that little piece of food got stuck, and he squirted some water from a syringe on it to get it out, and then he gave me a syringe. He said, at night, just put some water in it and squeeze on that hole, because there's a chance of food getting stuck in there. So it took like 5 minutes, and the Sunset Grill is in the same plaza. And I've actually been to the Sunset Grill before. I've taped here before. There is right in front, there is a poster of cats, and I think I showed that in a previous podcast, and I might show that on my way out. But and it's been a long time since I've been to out to have a couple of weeks since I've been out to have breakfast. But this is the same plaza, and he said you could eat anything now. He said you can eat anything. You can eat spicy if you want. You can just eat your normal food, and he recommends I go back to see my dentist for filling for a cavity. And so far so good. I'm still going to take it a little bit cautious. I am going to put some hot sauce, but I'll, next couple of days I'll try not to go too wild, and I'll also try not to, it's not like I eat steak or anything anyway, anything too chewy, but I'll still be a little cautious for the next few days. And I thought I'd celebrate with breakfast out, here at Sunset Grill. So anyway, and then afterwards there's a bookstore nearby, and there is a PetSmart. I can't pass by a PetSmart without checking. So I do all of that, and then I head home to the kids. And the kids were fine. They got up very early, which kind of confused them. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. And the food has arrived, and it's I'm having a veggie omelet, and they don't have Tabasco here, but they have Kahlua, and they have Frank's, and I'm going to kind of steal the Frank's from that table. I don't think anyone's using it. So I've got but I won't go wild just a little bit. So anyway, bye for now. That's probably the least amount of hot sauce I've ever put in anything in my entire life. The omelette is really good. Lots and lots of tomatoes and red peppers. The only thing is that I didn't realize it doesn't come with cheese, and or I didn't think of it. So I should have ordered cheese as well as an extra. But it's a good omelette, and I think I can put on a little bit more hot sauce. He said you can just eat normally now. He doesn't know that my normal means, enough hot sauce to incinerate my mouth. But still, I will add a little bit more hot sauce. Anyway, bye for now. This is the cat poster that, I don't know if, I think I took a picture of it last time, but I'm not sure if I actually included it in the video. So, and I've seen this poster elsewhere. 100 cats and a mouse, and there's the mouse there. So anyway, I think I'm going to stop at PetSmart on the way back. There's one very nearby, and there's Chapters. Do a little book browsing. Anyway, that was a good brunch, and I'm going to almost resume eating normally. I just hold back a little bit on the super hot sauce for another few days. Anyway, there's a mini up there in the parking lot. Okay, bye for now. Get more canned cat food. They seem to like this Pro Plan, even though it's actually cheaper than the Signature that I've been giving them. But they seem to like Pro Plan Purina. And I did try this Blue Buffalo Tastefuls the other day, and they seem to like it. I opened one can, so I get a few more. We've got lots of cat food in the pantry. But anyway, now I'll just quickly check Chapters, and then back home to the kids. Goodbye for now. Hello everybody, it's me, I'm here in the mini again. I went to Indigo Chapters here in Vaughan, just because I was nearby. It's just across from the PetSmart. And I bought some books. I was actually looking for a novel published by my neighbor. And he told me it's in select chapters, and he said Sherway, which is closer to us. But I was here, and I was, I said I might as well browse for other books. And I checked, and they said it's at Sherway, it's at Eaton Center, but they don't have it here. So next time I'm out that way, I will buy it and read it. But in the meanwhile, I picked up a light reading book by Michael Connolly, and I think it's a Harry Bosch novel, just like reading, and he's a good kind of thriller detective fiction writer. And then one psychology related, about the patient HM, who is a very famous patient for memory research that I used to talk about in every intro textbook and cognitive psych textbook, and the research done by Wilder Penfield. And this is kind of a behind the scenes look at that whole research. It's a little too psychology research work oriented. It's the kind of thing I would have read if I was still teaching, and I kind of avoid that stuff for now. But it was, an interesting case back then. It was in every textbook, and so this is kind of I think the background story of that. So I bought that and a couple of other novels. The cravings are starting to come up again after it's been about 3 weeks, and the dental surgery is out of the way. I've still got a push for at least a couple more weeks, because even though he gave me the all clear, there's still a heightened risk of infection for now. I mean, there are there's still holes in my mouth. They're healing, but if the substance gets into there, which inevitably it gets into your mouth, even though it's not supposed to, there's a strong risk of infection. So there's at least 2 weeks. There's that additional push. Plus, there's the usual push of the babies and of Agita, and Agita getting along better and better. There's a decluttering push. My cousin got me started. I've kind of on hold on that, but I do want to declutter, clean more, and I might, start looking at cars again, because as the cravings come back, I've got to kind of combat it. And in the meanwhile, some relatively light reading books will probably help, So and then the cravings are not really strong right now. They're just starting to ramp up again, with the dental stuff behind me. The werewolf is going, well, that bush is gone. Let's go for a beach. But he's not very loud right now. Right now, I can shut him up with with the pushes of the kids and the podcasts and reading. So if it ramps up, if the cravings ramp up, I have to go looking at cars. There really isn't much available these days. There really is a used car bubble. Like the real estate bubble. There's the used car prices are really inflated, and and they're hard to come by. Good used cars, even the older ones, even the collector's ones. So anyway, that's what's been happening. I'm now going to get a coffee. I haven't had Tim's in well over a week. But now that I've been given the all clear to have, hot drinks and, and I can have a muffin, and I can eat, have muffin and coffee as I drive back. Anyway, bye for now. Back home now, and we're having what I call semi-family togetherness time. With the babies outside here in the living dining area, and Agita was on her perch for maybe an hour, but she got up, came to the kitchen, and then she came into the solarium, and I said, okay, I'll shut the door so that you have some, semi-family time. And it's open a little bit. If she really wants to, she does know how to open it, and if not, all she has to do is scratch at the door. I'm right here on the sofa. All she has to do is scratch at the door, meow, and I will come and open it. So she's not by any means, trapped or anything. So they're sitting very happily. She's sitting very happily. I'm sitting very happily. We're all within, the whole family is within a 6 foot. Since the previous taping, Agita did come out of the solarium, went to her room, used her litter box and then wanted to come back out of her room. So I said, fine. And she came and went into the solarium, gave her some treats in there. And she's been seeing now the babies, the novelty had worn off and they were, doing mayhem twin stuff in the rest of the apartment. Yeah. And now they've remembered that their sister is there, and they're trying to play with her through the glass, which is kind of funny. Anyway, fine. You want to play like that? Play like that. And she can't actually hurt you. You can't annoy her too much. You can annoy her a bit, but there's glass. I was just actually reading something when I was in the bookstore. It was a book on catology. I didn't buy it, and I'm not a big fan of psychology, let alone catology. But I just looked at it, and they were looking at Piaget's concepts, and I remember teaching that in intro and even in developmental when I had to teach it. I hated teaching. But anyway, Piaget and the whole object permanence and the experiments, and you remove something and does the human child look for it? And they're doing the same kind of experiment with cats. And, if you remove something, does the cat... And I think they said that, and for memory, I think they said dogs remember things for 5 minutes, cats for weeks, something like that, experiments, whatever, So, cognitive like stuff. But, I do remember that Piaget did have stuff about glass. And there was one with so they're now I think I might have to close this a little bit more, and as my friend said, seeing one of the previous videos, the babies are like going, "This is playing, right? This is playing," and Agita is going, "No, kid, this is not playing. Leave me the F alone." Hello, everybody. It's day something. It's about 3 weeks, give or take a day or two, and it's the day after my follow-up checkup with the oral surgeon. And yesterday, I came back to the kids, and we spent family time. We spent semi-family time with Agita in the solarium, and I read the new book by Connolly, light reading, and I just sat and read all night until until about midnight. So I started at about 3, and it's finished by about midnight, 1 o'clock. And in between, I fed the kids, I fed myself, just kind of snacks while reading, and went to bed in the baby's room, and then got up, spent time with the babies. They spent time with Agita, family time with Agita on her perch. And right now, and then Agita went into her room, but she came out and she went there. And I'm using the barrier in a new way, which the babies are, of course, trying to, and they are going to jump over it, but it's giving everybody a little bit of, it's an occupation. It's keeping them busy. It's like, but they will knock it over soon. But in the meanwhile, I'm just watching them. So, day whatever. So far, so good. Little bit of cravings last night. I mean, but not at the most intense level. And I was okay with reading and spending time at home with the kids. So, not sure what the plans are for today. I don't think I'll go out for breakfast. I may go out to eat later for evening, but we'll see. And I might try to do it a few minutes later. And there. So this counts as semi-family time. This is sort of like the Agita in the solarium, except in the front hall with a cardboard barrier. Anyway, bye for now. This is yet another level of family togetherness time. Well, Agita was settled on the corner of her bed while babies were exploring, but it's about 5 minutes, 3-4 minutes. But she finally had enough and got up. So I guess we'll all move to the others. Okay, sweeties, you've explored your sister's room. She tolerated you for a few minutes, and now she's gone out. So let's all go to the living space. Just spent almost a couple of hours lying here with both of them. And Elsie just got up, but with both of them were cuddled so nicely next to me. This one was sleeping in my right hand, and that one was sleeping in my left hand, and I was just lying there for like hours, and they were It's now later in the day, and Agita's been in her room most of the day. She's come out a couple of times, and right now we're having FTT with all three kids on adjacent cat condos. Well, mostly adjacent cat condos, except this one is in the living room and those two are in the hall. And it's been a lazy day for me, just basically relaxing with the kids, staying clear, replying to an email, and I just started working a little bit late on my daily journal entry here on the laptop, and I do want to I haven't given up. I'm still thinking of trying to do some non-journal writing if I can, and I'm thinking of making a day trip tomorrow to the house. I've got to drop off stuff that we loaded into the Pacifica from the solarium and pantry. So I'll see how it goes. But for now, and later on, I may go out to eat or I'll just eat at home. See how it goes. But for now, I'm just enjoying being at home with the kids and lots of family time. And as I said, the babies were extra cuddly this morning, and Agita has been extra tolerant. She's allowed her babies, her baby brothers, into her room a couple of times. I wouldn't quite say allowed, but they barged in, and she didn't totally freak out. So anyway, bye for now. Good morning, everybody. We've got the whole family here on Cat Condo Row. I think it's day 20-something. I've kind of lost count, but it's over 3 weeks. Now, I'm planning a day trip to the house today. I have a drop off some stuff and start the cars, and I haven't been on there in a long time. Have to check the mail, do all of that. Did have cravings at night, and got up middle of the night, and as usual, Elsie wanted family time. He's really very sweet. They're all very sweet, but he wanted family time middle of the night. I don't mind getting up, so I got up, and I'm like, and the cravings had already partly because I am making a trip out there, and I do have connections out there. So, the cravings were a little bit raised last night anyway. And then I'm sitting there in the middle of the night again. So, but I'm still going to make the trip. I have to do it because I really have to drop off the stuff. The Pacifica is completely packed. So, the trick is now going to be, and I think I can do it, it's going to be a little tough, but the trick is to, go straight, drop the stuff, pick up the mail, check on the cars, start the cars, and then drive back. And my my only stops will be gas and food. So maybe just I've got my restaurants out there that I do on my day trips, or I can get takeout and eat in the car kind of thing. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I'm hoping that all that will work, and I can. And I've got the other pushes, of course. The kids, the number one pushes, and look at this. What a huge push this is. The three of them together. Now, they wake me up in the middle of the night, that one, I think, Elsie, or your brother, I think this is Finn, but I don't mind. If you want to get up and play in the middle of the night, that's what fathers are for. That's, so anyway, there's such a big push, and, look how sweetly they are. So I can't, and if I was to fall out there or binge out there, then it would be all night. Then I would, I'd have to wait until I came down, and I'd have to take a motel room and do all of that, and then, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave them alone. And then all the other pushes, and the mouth is still higher risk of infection because the surgery, that thing hasn't completely healed. So there's all of those things. Plus, the podcast and the usual, all the pushes, plus the most immediate one right now is the mouth is still, it's completely raw. I mean, it's healed enough that I can eat, but it doesn't mean I can go, risk infection with stuff, So anyway, I'm going, and of course, the biggest push, the kids, no one wants something to happen to me. And aside from that, even if everything goes well and I find a place and I get the stuff and I stay overnight and I don't drive until I'm sober again, it's going to be, I'll have to leave them alone all night. So all day, all night at the very minimum. So that's and I would really, really rather not do that. So I'm going to put everything I have into the battle. So for now, I'm just going to get ready. I give them breakfast, get them into their rooms. This time, I cannot promise that I will stay clear. When I somewhat confident that I can keep the promise, I make the promise. But this time, I can't quite make the promise. But I'm going to do. I can make them the promise that I'll do everything I can to stay clear. But there's no guarantees. So anyway, wish me luck. Bye for now. I'll take the footage on the trip and let you know how it's going. Bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm almost at the house. I'm at the town closest to the house, and I've stopped here for a minute just to tape a bit, because in the summer I taped in the other town, the one further that way, a little bit further from here, and my friend in the other province said the footage reminded her of a quaint little American town. The only thing that was reminded her of towns from the States, and the only thing that was missing was the angled parking. This town has it. It actually has the angled parking. I'm in one right now. But anyway, I'm almost at the house. I'm gonna unload all this stuff, and pull has still been there, but I think I can make it. The pull has still been there, but the energy is going to go into dropping the stuff, checking on the cars, and the kids waiting for me. I don't want to leave them overnight. Plus all the other problems that could happen. I don't want to set the precedent of under a month. I've really got to make it. I've got to have a win today, so I'm going to put everything I have into it. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. And I'll wash the car too. That's my weapon. Always has been my weapon against. Not always successful, but it works up to a point against the werewolf. Anyway, so we're going to do all of that and hopefully make it home clear. And once I cross this, then the next goal is kind of a month, and just keep going from there. We're almost at a month, just a few days. Anyway, bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm here at the house. I just got the mail. I'm just about to go in. It's nice to be back. I haven't been here in almost 2 months. And you can see the lake down there. And it's nice to be sort of in the country again, So anyway, I'm going to head in. I don't think there's actually been any work since the last time I came. Yes, I think things have kind of been on hold, which is okay. I mean, where it was when I last saw. I think maybe a couple of things upstairs. But anyway, I know you might have been working in something in here now. Anyway, for now, this isn't the priority, but I'm going to, I think the doors on the shower back, maybe they hadn't been removed. I'm going to have to talk to him soon. I'm actually even thinking about possibly getting an appraisal sort of as is, to see if I can see what I'll get. Something fell here, and the heating isn't working. He's getting somebody to come and check it. So anyway, so far so good. I am going to talk to him. If really not going to speed up on this, I may have to at least get an appraisal and see what I will go for as it is, and if I can get anything else not too far away that doesn't need work for that amount, and even if it's kind of not right by the lake, a little bit away from the lake, or in the small town nearby, but finished, so I could just take all the boxes and move in. But anyway, I'm going to talk to him about that, maybe get an appraisal, and then go from there. Anyway, bye for now. I'm hoping, and maybe if I talk to him, that'll kind of be an incentive for him to speed up a little bit. At least, get it to the point where I can either move in or sell, and fairly soon, because it's been almost 4 years now. Anyway, bye for now. Hello, everybody. I just finished washing. There's a guy washing a Mini in the next bay, but I just finished washing the Pacifica here. This was my father's favorite car wash in all of Ontario, and we used to come here. I used to joke that other people would come to the cottages, and we used this. It's a year-round house, but before it got flooded, we used it as our cottage. So we'd come here and we'd take the cars for cruises from the garage about half an hour away, which I think I've shown you before, and you're going to see again today. So we'd bring cars from there to the house, and we'd bring them here and we'd wash them, and then cruise around, and then go buy some mangoes. My father loves mangoes, and it would be like mango season, so we've got, like rural Ontario to these, no frills, and they have like mangoes on sale. So we go buy mangoes and stuff like that, and the groceries. We used to cook. My mother and I used to cook, and we used to have barbecues. So we do all that, and then go for a cruise in a couple of the cars. My father would drive one, I'd drive the other. We'd go have ice cream and stuff like that. So I used to joke that most people come to the beach to drink beer, or to the beach house to drink beer, or cottage, or lake house, whatever. Not directly on the lake, but it's pretty close. But most people come to their lake house or cottage to, drink beer and, swim and, lie on the beach. We come to the cottage to wash cars, and buy mangoes. Anyway, it's clean, now. Next step, So another tool. A smaller one, but a tool against a weapon against the werewolf, So, car is clean, and now I'm going to go to the garage, drop the rest of the stuff, check on the cars there. I don't know, I might start a couple. And then, I haven't been there in a couple of months, so just need to check on them. And then London, and back to the kids. I'll keep you posted. So far, so good. But, the danger isn't completely over yet. Anyway, bye for now. Hello, everybody. I'm here in the storage garage. It's become dark, so there's no way I'm going to be able to start any of these cars, but it's okay. I did a head count. 1, 2, Cadillac, Corvette, Cadillac, Porsche, and old Mercedes. So what I've done is, and there's no electricity here, I'm so glad I bought this. It's like a toque with a flashlight on it. It's a little dorky, but it's working, So I've got the Pacifica's headlights pointing in here, but for when I go to the corner there, and I'm stacking up the boxes on the shelves. They actually used to be there, but I took them back to the condo when we had to pack up stuff when we were decluttering after my father's accident, and the rehab person wouldn't let him come back until there was space made in the hallways. He had cabinets everywhere. So all these empty boxes, which he's kept for so many years, Royal Dalton and Swarovski and Swarovski and all this stuff, they're all in here. And I took them back to the condo, and then now I'm bringing them back here. They got stacked. Some of them actually, stuff got packed into them and is in storage. So some of the stuff is in storage, some is still in the cabinets at home, and the rest of the empty boxes are coming back here. And my father kept the empty boxes for all these years because he keeps saying that, if you ever want to sell the stuff for the collection, it's better to have the original boxes. So how we'd be able to find what goes where at this point, I don't know. But anyway, the boxes are back to the garage, and I'm just hello, everybody. I'm at the Harveys in London, Ontario, and I'm about to have my light life plant burger Harveys, and I'll have a little now, and then I'll kind of munch on some frings while I'm driving. So it's about 8:15. Should be home at 10:15. I think it's safe now. I think I got my food, take my meds, and straight home to the kids. Now I've got gas. I washed the car. It's very cold for us. -6, and it's supposed to be a big snowstorm tonight. So I'm going to, have my plant life veg burger and head for home. So far so good. Bye for now. 3 weeks plus clear. Today was a little shaky. That's because I'm out of the house. I have contacts around here. And I can find stuff around here, and it's been over 3 weeks, so the cravings have kind of been ramping up a bit as the whole surgery thing is healed, and it's like the werewolf's going, "Now what's your excuse? But it's still, I mean, like I said, there's still a very high chance of infection, because, I got kind of holes in my mouth that are, the stitches have come out, but it's kind of raw. And, stuff does get into your mouth and you're not in the cleanest of circumstances. And you touch your mouth and no, it's not a good idea at all. So anyway, and then of course the kids are waiting for me. So the biggest pushes of all. So I will talk to you later, bye for now.